Hello, Dijon here. In the video game portion of episode 139 of the Mustardcast, we go over what games we've been playing lately, discuss the 10 games to get to know us, our top 5 games of 2025, the games from 2025 we still want to play, and our most anticipated games for 2026. Please enjoy. Starting with, just the games we've been playing lately. Which in my notes, you guys don't know this, but in my notes and like in the description, I label it as our backlog. So for me, still playing Metroid Prime 4. I paused on that though and got back into Ghost of Yote. Um,
Mm.
and I've been having fun with that. And as I play Ghost of Yote, it makes me want to rewatch Blue Eye Samurai. And always playing Marvel Rivals. I breezed over it last week because we had so much to talk about with the Game Awards. But Rogue came out. And she's fun as hell. And after playing with her a lot more, I feel like I have a good handle on her gameplay, and she's real fun. She's a dive tank, so as the name suggests, she dives into enemy lines and attacks the enemy, either attempting to pick off the healers and squishies, or to distract the enemy team and split them up so that your team can capitalize. She's a melee character, so you have to get up close and personal to do damage, and she has several tools to help you do that. First, she has a dash that can also pull enemies toward you. She has a block that can turn into a dash. And she has a dash flip kick, so 3 dashes. And that launches enemies into the air and enters her into a flying state. And I used it to destroy an Iron Man one time, and it was hilarious because he thought he could escape. Didn't realize. Did you forget that one of Rogue's most famous powers is flying?
Right.
So yeah,
It's one of the few X-Men that can.
but her flight mode has to be activated through that attack, and then it lasts for a short period of time. But she has it; she can fly. And then from the flight mode, you can dive down. So it's pretty good. She's real fun, and of course, she has a power absorption ability that also boosts specific stats. So that if you grab somebody who doesn't have superpowers, you just get a stat boost.
That's cool.
So yeah,
That is cool.
it's Rogue's real fun. Except for next season with Deadpool and also Bloodstone. But Rogue and Gambit have entered my permanent rotation. I love those two.
I want to play Gambit. He looks fun to play.
He's very fun.
He does.
You gotta play with us there.
I will. One of these days I'll hop on. You'll just see it come up in my Steam real randomly.
Yeah. But yeah, what have you guys been playing?
For me, I finally beat Blasphemous. You said I couldn't do it, but I did it.
I can't believe it.
I beat Blasphemous. And I got the best ending. I got ending C.
I'll get there someday.
It's actually not that difficult. The 2 extra bosses, the first one I did struggle with quite a lot, but the second one, everyone said it was real hard, but I had a really easy time with it. I beat it like my 4th try.
What was the first one?
The first one that I fought was the lady you fight after you get all the bones for the ossuary. And I was fighting for my life trying to fight her. She was kicking my ass. Okay. But the second boss I fought was the one in Mourning and Havoc, that one area with like the anchor throwing thing. I hate that area. So bad. The snake, Searface. And I didn't struggle with him nearly as much as I struggled with I can Google that woman's name. I was just thinking about it. Isadora. I struggled with Searface a lot more than Isadora, which was kind of strange to me, but it was worth the struggle. And I started Blasphemous 2. I didn't like it. I'm not liking it as much. Mostly because like they've changed all the fundamental controls between Blasphemous 1 and Blasphemous 2, and like you can kind of rebind them to get back to close to where they were in the first game, but like the parry timing is different for like enemies that carried over from the first game, and I really don't like that. And I'm hoping that it's just a thing of like I'm used to the first game, and once I get used to Blasphemous 2, it'll be better. But right now, I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much, which is kind of tragic. I was very excited to play it.
Cool.
And then still playing Metaphor. It's been slow going though, because I get burnt out on it really quickly, because that game is very dense and has a lot of cutscenes.
Anytime I play an RPG.
It's like thought that I would be ready for it because Persona's like that too, but like Metaphor manages to take the Persona cutscene density and like triple it. It's insane. it feels like I play the game for like 10 minutes and then there's 30 minutes of cutscenes for me to sit through. And that's been kind of a thing. But once I think I get out of cutscene land because I reached a new area, it'll be a little better and I'll want to play it or have the urge to play it a little bit more. But those have been my big three.
What about you, Brie?
For me, it's been mainly like some demos and then some actual games. So like Yakuza Pirate, and then started replaying Yakuza 0, only because they were releasing like a bunch of like director's cuts and then like a new Yakuza series. Well, not series, but they are releasing a new game with one of like the movie actors from like Train to Busan. I don't know if anyone's ever watched that. Very good movie.
Saying it's good.
But they're putting him in the Yakuza games, and I'm like, whoa. It's very like movie-esque though, like the way that they got the game going. So
Are you talking about
I'm
Gang of
all-
Dragon?
Yes.
That's not a Yakuza game, but it's being made by one of the like devs who like.
Listen, it's in the same area that takes place as Yakuza.
I mean, it's literally a Yakuza game in the sense that it is going to play exactly like a Yakuza game, except you can drive cars and shoot guns. But it's like not an actual official like part of that. Like,
Well,
it's
you can
different
drive
company.
cars and shoot guns in Yakuza.
You can?
Yes.
Oh,
There is one distinctly where you play as a taxi driver.
that's hilarious. I have the Yakuza games in my Steam library, but just have never gotten around to playing them. I need to.
Understandable. It's a lot. It takes a lot of time. Mainly because there's a bunch of sub-stories. But
I love a sub-story.
they have so many sub-stories, and each are like unique in their own way. Very goofy too. Some serious, some very goofy. Mainly goofy. But one of the demos that I played recently is called Hellmart, and it's also a horror game. And I can't play it alone, so I have to stream it. But essentially, you're just like this store worker who manages like the cash register, keeps the store clean and like keeps customers happy and everything. And you stay at like the convenience store itself. There's like a room in the back that you sleep in. And you have to like maintain a generator and everything. And the customers are like really odd. Some are like smiling really, really big, and others are like normal looking. But it has like different things that happen each night. So like first night you're just checking with customers and keeping the store clean. Next night you're like cleaning up anomalies and whatnot. Another night you have to like defend off this monster that like kind of breaks into like attempts to break into the convenience store. So you have to keep the doors boarded up, and like there's a hand that comes in through like the vents that you have to hit with an axe. I haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm on the anomaly part, and I got really scared at some point. But also, I'm kind of oblivious to the scares because apparently, it was like, look out for like the flickering lights above the anomalies, and that's where you'll find it. And one happened right above the cash register, so I was like, "Ooh, let me check the cameras real quick." So I'm checking the cameras, and there's nothing happening. And then one of my cameras goes out. I'm like, all right, that must mean there's an anomaly over there. And once I backed out, the game started doing like this really sharp noise. But apparently there was like a woman standing in front of me with like a grin and like really long hair, but I didn't notice her. My boyfriend did, but I did not. I was like, I gotta find this anomaly. Where is it? He's like, you don't see this lady right here? I'm like, what lady? What are you talking about? I gotta clean up the store. But I low-key became really like obsessed with it to the point of like designing some kind of outfits that the workers would wear and like other things. I haven't like posted it yet. I might work on it today. And they also were having like an art contest, and if I would have known, I would have submitted for it. Maybe it would have been in the game, but who knows? But that's it for like the games I've been playing so far. Aside from
Sounds
Peak,
fire.
Cool. Yeah.
it is really cool. It's free to play right now. I don't know if they'll like make it cost money later on.
That's a surefire way to possibly draw players. But last, but certainly not least, we're going to be talking about, our 10 video games to get to know us, as well as our top 5 games of the year. Also, any games from this year that came out that we haven't played but we still want to play. And then also our most anticipated games for next year. So, of course, we will start with our 10 games to get to know us. Who wants to begin? Bree, why don't you start? You don't get a choice anymore.
Okay, who's going first then?
You.
Okay. I'm gonna just go down the whole list and like whatever you're interested in, just tell me and I'll explain it. So first we have Little Big Planet 1 and 2, Ratchet and Clank, Transistor, Assassin's Creed, including Black Flag, Yakuza franchise,
Why wouldn't it
including
include
Judgment.
Black Flag?
Because like there's Assassin's Creed and then there's Black Flag.
What do you mean?
Are they not separate?
No, it's called Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Oh shoot. I'm sorry. But yeah, that one. But Yakuza franchise, including Judgment, Dynasty Warriors, Resident Evil 6, Sonic Unleashed, Jack and Dexter, and Mini Ninja.
Resident Evil 6 is wild, but okay.
What? What do you mean?
Very interesting take. That's a divisive take.
Yeah, most like hardcore Resident Evil fans don't like Resident Evil 6.
Well, why not? Well, it has a place in my heart because me and my cousin used to play it all the time.
For sure.
That was like our first
That's fair.
introduction to Resident Evil games, and like the fact that he would come over and we would play the game often, and we had like our favorites. That's what I liked about it, because I'm a co-op junkie.
They'll get around to remaking it eventually, and they'll probably make a lot of significant changes.
Most likely.
Because people did not
'Cause it
like
wasn't
that game.
that hard to play. Well, what did they dislike about it?
It's too much of an action game, and people didn't like
I
this
just felt like this one.
like the story at all.
The story, understandable. I did like the action though, because I love action games.
You should play Resident Evil 4 Remake. That is the perfect
Maybe
balance
I
that Resident Evil fans tend to enjoy, where it's an action game, but it's still a horror game.
I didn't know people did not like Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Despite the fact, like, it actually at the time when it came out was the highest grossing Resident Evil game, so it did well financially, but critically not so much.
Yeah.
But the thing is, which, shout out to Capcom for, like, they actually took the critical reviews more to heart than the fact that it made money, rather than going, oh, fuck you guys, it made a bunch of money, we don't care, and continue
Right.
to keep making games like that. They said, oh no, the fans, even though it made a lot of money, the fans actually didn't like it. So then they made Resident Evil 7, which is to this day the scariest Resident Evil game. And switched from third person to first person, and like, yeah, they like completely realigned their thought process with those games after 6, despite it being financially successful. Not saying you shouldn't like it, but just, it was just,
It's my childhood.
yeah.
That's why
It's like me and Sword Art Online. It's like, yes, the popular opinion is we hate this thing, but I don't care because
it has a place in my heart.
The first Resident Evil I played was 5, and 5 is more action oriented as well, and it's also co-op. You should play 5 as well. You probably like that since you like 6.
Ooh, true.
True. But who will I play with? Will you play with me?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah,
I'll play with you, Brie.
I'd play with you.
Thank you. No, you don't get a chance anymore. Go away.
I'll just wait for the remake.
Yeah,
Okay,
I will say it is worth waiting for the remake because original Resi 5 is it's not a bad game.
In Resident Evil 6, you could like move and shoot, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
You can't do that in Resident Evil 5. You have to stand completely still when you shoot. You probably want to wait for the remake.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for that. But it was either I put Resident Evil 6 or Evil Within, and I kind of wanted to keep the Evil Within on the list, but like, I don't know.
You didn't want to have 2 survival horrors.
Yeah.
Evil Within's great. I still need to play the second one. But what else you have? Is that it?
Yeah, you said 10.
That was 10.
That was 10.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to
say some other ones?
Yeah, is there anything else you want to talk to, about more? I know you love Ratchet and Clank. Did you play the most recent one for PS5? Do you have PS5?
I tried to play it. Never finished it.
Why not?
And I also don't have a PS5, so I can't like go back and like replay it if I wanted
okay.
to. I have to like go to my parents' house and play it.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah. But if I do have to talk about a game, this is a game that not many people know about, and it is Mini Ninja for the PlayStation 3. And apparently, I don't know, I guess it was like rare for its time, because I don't be seeing anything about this game, but it was also my childhood. But you play as like this ninja.
Ratchet and Clank.
What?
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is on Steam and it is 60% off right now.
It's on Steam?
Yeah. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure
Sale.
PlayStation like released it on Steam because like PlayStation's starting to put games on Steam now after it's been out for like at least a year,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
on Steam right now. It's $23. It's 60% off.
What?
Get it
I
right
gotta
now
get
so you
in
can
there.
finally
Mini
play it and
Mini
finish it.
Ninjas is also on Steam, and it is
What?
$1.49
It's
right
a
now.
dollar. I have
It's
to
a
get
dollar.
it.
If this
What?
is the same game, it might be a
Hold
different
on, let
one.
me see. It is. Oh my gosh. You just lit up my world. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
glad to let
85% off
know.
is crazy.
We love the Steam Winter Sale. Like everyone talks about the summer sale. I always find that there's better deals at the winter sale. Low key.
My goodness. But Mini Ninja is basically a game where you go as like, you're like this basic ninja and you go and save these other ones and they all have different abilities. And like one can morph into like like animals, another one has like Wolverine like abilities. There's one that can like play the flute, but I forget exactly what that does. But like it's a very story driven game with like a good amount of action to it. I don't want to spoil too much, but like it's good. It's good. Just play it. It's a dollar right now. There's no reason you shouldn't play it. If you see it pop up on my Steam, no, you didn't.
So Bree, what do you got? I'm in A.
Nice.
For me, I've got 10 deep cut, not 10 deep cuts, but a bunch of deep cuts. Because I'm in, usually I tend to be into more like obscure, I guess you could say obscure in air quotes video games, but top of my list will be and is and forever will be is Toho 12, Undefined Fantastic Object. It was not
Whoa.
my first Toho game that was embodiment of Scarlet Devil, but it was the one that stuck with me the most mechanically and also is my favorite and has my favorite character in it. So, you know, very formative, very formative. It's very hard, which is unfortunate, but you know, as it goes. Nier Automata, I have platinumed or at least come very, very close to platinuming. I need to do that like final push. I have all the weapons and stuff. I just need to upgrade them, and I'm lazy. That game, I've played it at least 6 times all the way through. Like Nier Automata is one of my favorite hack and slash games of all time.
Mm.
Both story wise, mechanically, I love it. I love the Nier series, but and this is controversial. Most people like Replicant better, but Automata is my goat, I fear. Dandelion, which is brought to you, a visual novel by Chariots, the same people that did Mystic Messenger. That was actually my first introduction to Chariots, and
Whoa.
not Mystic Messenger.
Oh
It was
my
my
goodness.
first visual novel overall, I think. So special place in my heart. I will say, Brie, if you do play it, it gets weird sometimes. But it's very much like a product of the times kind of weirdness because I think the
Mm-hmm.
game came out in like 2011, so it still carries like a lot of the weird 2011 visual novel tropes.
This is
Um,
crazy. I was not expecting you to say Mystic Messenger. That just hit me like in the deep
mhm,
recesses of my mind.
mhm. I have replayed Mystic Messenger recently, and it kind of
Really?
hits. It kind of hits. My account still exists from like 2000,
Oh my
2010, which
goodness.
was really surprising to me. But it doesn't really hit as much now that I'm like older. I'm like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like
Understandable.
it's fun for the nostalgia.
Mhm.
But The Witch's House, one of my first RPG Maker horror games, still my favorite. This one was a really hard one for me because it's like I couldn't pick between Eve and The Witch's House because I like them about both equally. But The Witch's House beat out Eve just because it has fun death scenes. I think they're fun. Yume Nikki, of course. I talk about Yume Nikki a lot on the podcast, but I really, really like that game, and I love what it's done for like exploration-based horror. And how like there's a little bit of Yume Nikki in all your favorite surreal games, even if you don't realize it. Bayonetta is another one because I have formative childhood memories of watching someone play it at an age that I was way too young to be watching someone play Bayonetta at.
Mm.
And I was actually scared of it because of all the blood and the gore and the guts and stuff. But then when I played it when I got much, much older, I was like, this game is peak. And it is a shame that 2 and 3 suck. It haunts me every day. Cave Story, I talk about all the time also. I really like that game. It's free. It's free. So I can't recommend it enough for people to play. It's a fun little like indie platformer and one of the first indie games that like kind of set that blueprint. The letter V6 times, which is actually what that game is called. um, Again, another very early on indie game that I played. It was one of the first games I had on my 3DS, so it's like that game is stuck with me. I beat it a whole bunch of times. It's a very small game, all things considered, but I still hold a lot of love with it, even if I don't play it all the time because it's very frustrating. Thanatopia counts as a game because it got a remake recently, but when I say it on my Tend to Get to Know Me, it's specifically the Flash game version because I didn't know Flash games could be that big. It's like the size. It's the size of a regular game, but in Flash game format. And that was really really cool to me, and kind of got me into like the idea of like if someone can make a Flash game this big, I can make a game. Period. And then of course BioShock.
Oh,
Which might
why
be a
didn't I
shock.
put that
I
on
was
there?
say. I don't know if I've talked about my love for BioShock on the podcast before, but I
We talk about it a
love
little
those
bit.
games to pieces.
A
Yeah, I
fellow
love those games to
fan?
pieces.
This
They're so
is
good.
wild.
They're
Which one's
so
your
good.
favorite?
Which one's the first one?
The first one?
I'm a
Infinite
purist.
is
I'm
my
a purist.
favorite.
I like Infinite for what it means, but playing it is always a chore for me.
It is a hassle, I will say.
It's very much a hassle, but like thematically and narratively, I love Infinite, and I love how it kind of like shook up the. It's like instead of being underwater, let's go the other opposite extreme. I really like what it was trying to do, but the
Mhm.
execution was a little shaky. If we got an Infinite remake, though, I would not play it.
They are, in fact, trying to make another BioShock game. They keep talking about it. I don't know when they're going to do it, but I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, they are. But the creators of BioShock are also making a new game. I forget what it's called, but it's BioShock and everything but name. It's very much a spiritual like successor.
Sequel. Makes sense. But yeah, that's my 10 to get to know me.
Cool. Yeah, definitely a lot of indie, a lot of obscure. That definitely makes sense for you.
Because I'm not really a fan of AAA games. Just never have been.
Fair.
Understandable.
Yeah, for me, as a person who grew up in what feels like the golden era of like video games, which is like of like especially new IP, which is like the PS2 and original Xbox and GameCube generation, and then the PS3, 360, Wii generation, where like just a bunch of new IP were being created with the PS2 generation that got a bunch of sequels with the PS3 generation, and then a bunch of new IP was also created with then. Is why I love AAA games mostly, and I've gotten more into indie games, but most indie games don't really hit the highs of AAA games for me.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna start with my. I'm gonna actually start with my favorite game of all time. My favorite game of all time is Uncharted 2: Among Thieves.
I knew that.
Oh my
Love that game
gosh.
so much. That game, I love the game so much. The opening line or the opening paragraph of my college essay was a description of the opening scene of Uncharted 2. Which
I
is
literally
you're
want
Nathan
to get
Drake,
a
you
tattoo
wake
of
up,
Uncharted.
you wake up laying on your back with a gut wound and a hanging train. I love that game. That game is the reason I want to work in the games industry. I didn't know games could be like that until I played Uncharted 2. I was like, oh my god, games could be cinematic. They can be movies. They could be big action blockbusters. I didn't know games could be like this until Uncharted 2. And Uncharted 2 is
Man,
just
Uncharted
awesome.
is just that game.
And it holds up. It holds up so well. Uncharted 2 is incredible. I love it.
That's a perfect choice. That's literally what I would have on my list if I didn't freaking forget. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and as I was going through, I was like, I also really enjoy open world games. What do I choose? And I was thinking like, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about this at the time, but what just popped in my head now was like Cyberpunk 2077. That has become one of my favorite games after playing it several times now, twice. I haven't finished my second playthrough yet though, but I love that game. The game's real good. But the one I chose was Red Dead Redemption 2. I love Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is so good. I know you're both into westerns, and you started to play the first Red Dead Redemption. It was too old for you, so you started playing the second one.
And we've made some pretty good progress on the second one. But then we got distracted with Lies of P.
Yeah.
So
I know you both like westerns, so like if you haven't played it, Bree, you should check out Red Dead
I played
Redemption.
the first one.
Yeah, you should check out the second one because, as you can imagine, it's better. Um,
Yeah.
It's just so big.
yeah, and I played the first one when I was a kid on PS3, and then I got Red Dead Redemption 2 the moment it came out. The day it came out, went to GameStop, grabbed it, back when that was a thing. Um, which is crazy. But yeah, love Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my favorite open world games. It's just a Wild West simulator. Like it's so
This sounds
detailed, the things that you can do. It's so good. It's so fun. In terms of indie games, if I'm gonna pick just one indie game, it's gotta be Hades. But I'm actually gonna go with Hades 2 because I think it's the better game. I like Hades 2 more than the first Hades. Haven't played it, from the very first day of early access till now. Haven't beat it yet, but even as it is now, I like Hades 2 more than the first Hades. Yeah, it's just if I'm gonna pick an indie game to represent my taste in indie games, it's unfair because like most indie games don't reach the highs of Hades. Like Hades is like indie in name only. It feels like a AAA game, but they are.
True.
It's one of those indie studios that like they make AAA quality games, but they are independent. So it's fair to compare other indie games to them, but it's their fault for being so goddamn good at their jobs. Hades 2 is awesome. If I only have one RPG on this list because, as you know, one turn-based RPG, and actually it's the only RPG period, but it is also a turn-based RPG, and that's Persona 5 because it is the turn-based RPG to get me into turn-based RPGs. Pokemon doesn't count, okay? Pokemon feels like a completely different thing. Pokemon feels like a different genre down there.
Yeah.
like even people who don't like turn-based RPGs like Pokemon. And I was one of those people for a long time before Persona 5 pulled me in. And now I do enjoy turn-based RPGs. And it just the UI hits different. It's so good. Nothing else like it except for other Atlas RPGs.
I was to say, I do think
Nice.
I was a very staunch, like, I think Persona 5 and I guess Reload by extension, because they're not equivalent to me, but like they have the same amount of sauce. Or same kind of sauce, I'll say. Those were like my favorite Persona UI or like Atlas UIs, and then I played Metaphor.
Yeah, no, Metaphor is absolutely better.
Yeah.
Ever since Metaphor came out, there's this website called Game UI Database, and ever since it came out, I've been staring at the menu. I've yet to play it, but I've been
so
staring at the
good.
menu. The menu's so good.
It's even better when you play it because it's like all very contextual and snappy, and like it doesn't just look good; it plays good too. It's very I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
But yeah, Persona 5 got me into JRPGs, so that has to be on the list. And I was thinking, first-person shooters. What's it gonna be? I was thinking Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That's my favorite Call of Duty. That's a top 10 game for me. I love that game. Then I was like, okay, but wait, Doom, duh. Doom is awesome. Doom 2016 is my favorite Doom game. But then I stopped. I was like, what am I talking about? If I have to pick one first-person shooter to get to know me, it's gonna be a Halo game. And I gotta pick the one that I played the most, which is Halo 4. So Halo 4 is the Halo that I choose. It's the first-person shooter that I choose. It's the one that I played the most. I played it so much with my younger brothers when I was a kid. We played co-ops, the story mode all the time. I love Halo 4. Next up is Marvel Rivals, the only multiplayer game that I play regularly. I play it every day, damn near. I love that game. It's so good. It could not be here. I love comic books. This is the only comic book game on the list. And it's a multiplayer game. It's an online multiplayer shooter, which is like anybody that knows me, that's kind of insane. I don't play those types of games.
Yeah.
You've heard the rest of my list. I don't play those types of games, but this is the one that's got me locked in. Okay, I tried to play Battlefield 6, didn't like it. It was okay, it was cool, but it's not for me. Call of Duty doesn't hit for me anymore, and Halo is another one that like a new Halo game with a good multiplayer could get me. But Marvel Rivals was the first to actually get me. Next up, I'm going to go with Resident Evil 2. I just talked about that. I don't got to say as much about that as I need to. It's my favorite survival horror game. It's good. Survival horror is one of my favorite genres, and Resident Evil 2 is my favorite of that genre. It is the best Resident Evil game to me, Resident Evil 2 Remake specifically, because it has a perfect amount of action horror for me, but it leans more on the horror side. And I like that about it. And I like the backtrackiness of it. I like it a lot. And I like backtracking in horror games. I like me a good 3D Metroidvania. Backtracking to me is fun. I know there's people out there who hate it. I love it. Uh, and next I'm gonna go Dishonored 2. That is
Mm.
that I was like, I gotta have an immersive sim on the list, and Dishonored
Of
2
course.
is one of the goats of immersive sims. I like Dishonored
I
2
was
more
gonna
than the
put
first one.
Dishonored. What?
You said what?
I'm sorry. Go on. I was gonna have just Dishonor on my
Oh yeah,
list, not Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2 is my favorite of the two.
Mm.
And it's because it just refines all of the gameplay. People don't like it as much story wise. I don't like significantly dislike it like more or less than the story of the first game. They're kind of on par in my opinion, but I understand why people like it a little bit less. And gameplay wise, absolutely better. And it has two of the best levels in any video game ever. The first one, my favorite, is A Crack in the Slab, which is a game where you leap between two different time periods. And you get things you do in like the past affect the present, and it's you trying to navigate this like puzzle of this mansion. It's sick as hell. I love it so much. And you also have this like it's called A Crack in the Slab because you have this like shard of glass that you can look through to see into the other world. So while you're in one of the worlds, which you can switch between the two, you use that to like see in the other world to like navigate. It's real. It's so cool. Cracking the Slab is a great level. And then the more technically impressive level, the Cracking the Slab is still technically impressive. Whenever you hear the devs talk about it, they always say that was light work in comparison to the Clockwork Mansion. The Clockwork Mansion is a mansion that shifts and turns and transforms based on the flip of a switch several switches throughout the mansion itself, and they actually built it as if it was real. All of the moving pieces, the
Ooh.
gears, they built it like it was a real shifting mansion, and it is awesome. And a great like layer of it is that you can navigate through the entirety of like the innards, like the parts that people aren't supposed to be in, are completely navigatable, if that's a word. um, because they're meant to be like if it needs to be fixed, people need to be able to go down there, and you can navigate that, and it's so
Oh,
cool.
wow.
There's like Dishonored. There's 1,000 different ways to play Dishonored, both of them, and the standalone expansion, Death the Outsider. There's 1,000 different ways to play those games. It's so good. That's the name of the game when it comes to immersive sims. And next I have God of War 3. It is my favorite God of War games. It is the first one I played. It was the first game I got on my PlayStation 3, which is my favorite video game console of all time. It is the game to get me into hack and slashes alongside Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, which I considered having on the list, but took it off because I didn't want to have two hack and slashes. I got both of those games on my PS3 at the same time. So as you can imagine, how could hack and slash not be my favorite video game genre? When the first two games I got on my PS3 was Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 and God of War 3.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So yeah, I love those games. They're the reason I love hack and slashes. And last but certainly not least, my second favorite game of all time, but within my very favorite video game franchise of all time, and my favorite game in that, in that video game franchise, is Metal Gear Solid 4. It was the first Metal Gear I played, which is insane to anybody who knows anything, because that is the very end of the chronological story. But it was the first one that I played, and I loved it, and I played it several times. And it wasn't until not even that long ago that I went back and played the first three. I played five close to when it came out. I played Revengeance. Um, and at the time, I just wasn't aware of how I could play those older games. Now I know that you can play PS1 disc in a PS3. The very original version of the PS3, you could also play PS2 games in it, but once they re-released the PS3, fixing a lot of problems that it had at the time, that wasn't a thing anymore. But you could still play PS1 games on it. So that's how I could have played the first Metal Gear. But they also did an HD re-release of Metal Gear Solids 2 and 3 on PS3 and Xbox 360, and that's another way I could have played them. And how I ended up playing 2 and 3 for the first time was actually on my Xbox through backwards compatibility digitally with the 360 version of the HD collection with 2 and 3. And then I played Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time, not like a year or two ago, through the Master Collection, which collects the first 3 Metal Gear games and the very first 2 MSX pixel art Metal Gear games. So yeah, despite the fact that I didn't play like the vast majority of them, including what is considered the best one, which is 3, not too long ago, it's been my favorite video game franchise since I played Metal Gear Solid 4. Just through like watching lore videos and playing 4 over and over and over again. And of course, I ended up playing the Delta, Snake Eater remake, loving that, even if it wasn't as much a remake as I would have liked. And yeah, that's my top 10 games to get to know me.
Stealing your list.
You say again?
I'm stealing your list.
It is a very good list.
You have a lot of the games that I completely forgot to put on my list.
Good games, a lot of good games.
A lot of good games. It's so hard to choose.
Yeah, but next, how about the top 5 games of the year that released this year? If you didn't play enough games this year, you can do the games that you just played this year but didn't come out this year. But if you actually have top 5 games, or at least 5 games that you played this year, do that. Who wants to start?
I have a cool 4, actually.
Okay.
Then my last one's not one that came out this year, but my first in line, because these are ranked, first in line and first that kind of like came to mind was Deltarune chapters 3 and 4. Chapter 3 was really, really good, right? Don't get me wrong, I love Deltarune. I love all of it. I love chapter 1, I love chapter 2. Chapter 3 was really, really good, but chapter 4 is one of the best games I've ever played. Like soundtrack, at least this year. Soundtrack, like mechanics, story, all of it, just chef's kiss. And like the fact that it's only the halfway point for Deltarune makes me scared for the future chapters, but also excited to see just how peak it gets. Also, it gave us Third Sanctuary. That's like Toby Fox's best song ever, I fear. Next after that is Hades 2. And the only reason Deltarune beat out Hades 2 for me is because I played Hades 2 kind of late after it came out of early access. So I'm only just now learning to enjoy it. And I played through Deltarune chapter 4 day 1. So, more fond of it just by simple proximity. Then number 3 for me, Dispatch. It's not a bad game. I really, really enjoyed Dispatch. It's just I wanted a little bit more from it. And was a little disappointed that it didn't really actually no. I'm gonna switch my 3 and my 4. My 3 is actually Liza P. Overture, which was really, 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 really good. We just finished it recently. And the only reason it's at number 3 is because I wish the main game was like Overture. And I'm hoping the second game will also be more Overture-like, because it took everything I liked about the original Liza P and made it better, and kind of eschewed all the things that made the base game frustrating to play. So 4th for me, Dispatch. Not a bad game at all by any means. It's got a lot of talent, got a lot of heart. I just want more from it. Was very, just left a lot to be desired. And then my 5th game that I started this year but did not come out this year is Metaphor. Refantasio, simply because I've only played a little bit of it. I think I'm only like how many hours in? Steam, help me, girl. I'm not that far into it, so I can't really give it a fair judgment, but I am liking it so far. I just wish there were less cutscenes.
I see.
Less cutscenes, less dialogue.
Very understandable. I hate when you get stuck in the cutscene trap in one of those games, and that's another thing that makes those games so hard to play, is finding a good stopping point. Because any other game, you just it either auto saves or you manual save and you just close the fucking game. You unplug the TV. But I legitimately unplug everything in my house but
real.
In these Atlas JRPGs, you have to really dedicate time, because you have to know that you have enough time to find a stopping point, because it's gonna either you gotta like run through half the dungeon to find a save point, or you have to sit through a bunch of fucking cutscenes, or both.
Right. God forbid it's both. Metaphor does both a lot of the time, and it's frustrating. I am 38 hours into this game, and I'm only just now reaching like the 3rd area. To put it into kind of like perspective for those who have not played Metaphor Refantasio, 38 hours into this video game, have only just now reached the 3rd area. But yeah, that's my top 5 for this year.
My top 5 is pretty basic. It's just Hellmart, Peak, Sonic Cross Worlds, because I really want to play that at some point. Super Mario Party.
You didn't play it at the event? It was over there on the screen.
Look, they were changing the game like a lot, and I was like, I don't want to go over there and be like, "Hey, change it back to this so I can
Nah,
play."
you should have said that. Corey loves that game.
Why? Why I didn't know that?
Corey loves that game. Next time you visit Cat, just play it with Corey. He'll love to play it
Man,
with you.
but but Super Mario Party Jamboree because I love the Rhythm Kitchen, and then Crash Out Crew. It's not out yet, but like they had a long demo and it's really fun.
Okay.
Sick.
Nice.
I see you're into the front slop.
I love Friend
Mhm.
Slop. I want to play with friends.
Yay, friend swap.
There's not enough Friend Slop, or at least they're getting back into it because like it used to just be like single player games or like online stuff. But like I like couch playing games
I like
personally.
couch co-op too, but like
Mm.
there's not a because
I say,
I like single player games, and the only way I get a good multiplayer single player experience is through co-op. And I've been
Yeah.
playing. What is it? I've been playing through my youngest brother, who's 12 years younger than me. I've been playing through all the Halo games with him. We're currently still stuck on. We're hard stuck on Halo 2 because he moved out of the city and we have to find time. But we're playing that in co-op. We started playing and almost finished. It Takes Two. Um, and I want to play their second game, Hazelight Studios. It's not their second game. It's like their fourth, fifth game, but their like third co-op game. What is it called? I'll look it up. But what are you about to say?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Something about this year has given me like a big new appreciation for couch co-op. Because me, beforehand,
Split Fiction.
I'm single player only. Split
Mm.
fiction. Okay.
Split
But
Fiction.
yeah, me
Interesting.
personally. Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought Split Fiction was pretty cool. But yeah, like I was strictly single player only. I'm like, I don't want to play anything with anybody. I just don't feel like
Mm.
being bothered. But in like moving out to my own place with my partner and like just having more time to play video games now, it's like I get couch co-op. It's very fun. And
Uh,
I
I
lament that I dogged on it before.
Yeah, your
I
siblings
can't
are
believe
like
it.
significantly younger than you. So like you didn't have the
Yeah,
experience
and
I
that was
yeah, you didn't have the experience
the
I did, which was my sister's 2 years are gonna be my twin brothers are 4 years are gonna be. We played a lot of games together. So we played a lot of games couch co-op together.
Yeah. Same with my siblings.
Yeah, for me, my siblings for reference, my siblings are 15 and 17 years apart from me.
Wow.
So like yeah, the age gap is huge, and so trying to play couch co-op games with them is basically putting the controller in the baby's hands and watching them up to 12th place in Mario Kart every time. It's not fun. But I think now that they're a little older, we'll probably have a better time playing games together.
Yeah,
Understandable,
I'm
yeah.
glad a little bit more couch co-op games are being made, but I need more.
Yeah. Or at least like better co-op games.
Yeah.
They have been releasing more, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm needing something very specific, and I don't know what that is yet.
I need more
Mm.
armies of twos. I need more Resident Evil 5 and 6s. I need more stuff like that. I need more
Yeah.
Gears of War,
I
which we're
need
getting a new Gears of War. Like I need stuff like that. Like co-op action games.
I need something that plays like those shooter games in the arcade, like in Dave and Buster's and stuff.
Oh yeah.
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 There's one called Dead Nation. That's the first like horror shooting game I would play. It was like top down kind of, and I would play that with
Mm.
like my dad or like my brothers or my cousin, like anybody. Like it was a really good game. I love strategic games
Let's
like
check it
that.
out.
But yeah, that's a really good couch
Okay.
co-op. I think you can, in fact, play online. I've never played online before, only just couch co-op. And like it kind of holds up to this day. Like the story changes
That's
depending on
good.
what, depending if like you continue doing the couch play. So like if
Hmm.
like your partner is gone in the game, it's just like, oh yeah, so and so dropped off or like disappeared or died. So it's just me continuing the story.
Oh,
And I'm like,
I
whoa,
love
well they tell me
that.
everything.
Yeah.
But they're like, it's unfortunate they couldn't make it to the end with me, but they'll always be in my heart. I'm
Mm,
like, okay, that's pretty neat. I wish they would remake it
yeah.
though, or at least like do like a second game. But like, how do you make a second game like that?
Yeah. It sounds like it takes a lot of work.
But yeah. For me, my top 5 games of the year. At number 5, we have Donkey Kong Bonanza. Love that game.
Ooh,
That game was real fun. Good time with that
Mm.
one. Like first game I really sat down and just played all the way through on my Switch too. Um, real good game, real fun. Shout out Donkey Kong. Uh, next is Dispatch. Great game. Um, similar to A, like wasn't exactly what I wanted, but by the end, it did. What's the phrase? It landed to something. What's that phrase?
Stuck the landing.
Stuck the landing. There you go. It stuck the. I didn't stick the landing, but Dispatch stuck the landing. Good game. Metroid Prime 4. Been playing that a lot. That game, I'm obsessed with it right now. Hades 2. Love that. And can you guess what my favorite game of the year is? Can you guess what game of the year is?
Oh my gosh, what was the Hollow Knight Silk song? Just kidding.
So yeah, Clay Obscure Expedition 33. Love that game to death.
Of course.
I'm excited to play that free DLC eventually. But yeah, in terms of like games from this year that I still want to play, you brought it up. I do want to play Hollow Knight Silk Song. And I'm gonna play it before I play the first one. I want to check it out. And Unbeatable is out. Unbeatable is a rhythm game where music is illegal and you do crime. That is literally how they described it. I played the demo. It was a good time. It has a fun art style. Definitely look it up and see how it looks. Bree, you might like it. It's really cool. It has this really fun art style where it's like 3D backgrounds, but like 2D, almost paper cutout, anime looking characters, and it's really cool.
What's it called?
Unbeatable. And yeah, it's everywhere, and it's out right now. And I need to get it. Sword of the Sea is a game by I don't know if it's by the devs of Journey, but I know they're like people who worked on Journey, worked on Sword of the Sea, and you essentially are like surfing on a sword in a sea of sand and some water, and it's like Journey, where it's like this chill, just like platforming game. And as a fan of Journey, I'm like, that looks fun. That looks like a good time. I want to check that out. Now, last but certainly not least, is a survival horror game, Chronos: The New Dawn, which is this very kind of like Dead Space inspired looking game from this Ukrainian studio that involves a lot of time travel. That people have said was really good, and I've had my eyes on it since it was announced. It's by Bloober Team actually, which is the studio that did the Silent Hill 2 remake, and they're about to remake Silent Hill 1. So yeah, I want to check that out. But yeah, that's all I have in terms of games from that came out this year that I still want to play. Any games that came out this year that you guys still want to play?
Oh, for me, Silent Hill F. It's in my backlog. I haven't worked up the courage to play it yet. But I Kishio 7's storytelling style because I am currently reading through Umineko. And I like Silent Hill. I like survival horror games now a lot more because of Signalis. So I'm like, I can do it, but I don't think I can do it alone. So I have to wait until my friends stop chickening out and we can all play it together. But
yeah, I thought I wanted to play it, but I don't. It's not action enough for me. There's no guns. No guns, no play. That's not true. That's not true. I would play a survival horror game where it's mostly melee, but it has to be like more just like hack and slash almost melee. Not the type of melee that Silent Hill F has. Yeah, anything else?
The game that I think I would kind of want to play is the Silk Song and Hades 2. Because I do enjoy Hades. I just need to get back into playing the games. And I always see stuff about Silk Song, so maybe I should like dip my toe into it and see if I like it or not. And maybe Ghost of Yotei?
Ghost of Yotei is a good time.
Ghost of Yotei is another one that I also want to play. But
PS5 exclusive.
PS5
yeah. I just gotta borrow a PS5.
Yeah, borrow.
Yeah, for my brother. He probably doesn't play it right
from
now.
the Walmart permanently.
Yeah, I'm just gonna borrow from Target.
Nice.
But yeah, and last but certainly not least, what are your most anticipated games that are coming out next year? Or at least are scheduled to come out next year. Who knows if everything gets delayed into 2027. But what are you excited for?
I think for me, definitely the Tomodachi Life, the new one. And I guess by extension, the new Rhythm Heaven. Those are really my big two.
Is Rhythm Heaven next year?
Rhythm Heaven is next year.
Okay. Because I remember it was like announced super early, and everybody was like, Why? It's like that meme from Uncut Gems. Why the fuck would you show it to me if I can't have it?
Right? Yeah, Rhythm Heaven Groove. It launches in 2026.
Well, maybe I have to get into that because I love Rhythm Heaven. I didn't know they were making a new game. That's cool. Mine would probably have to be like Tomb Raider and Stranger Than Heaven if they're gonna release it next year.
Yeah, excited for that Tomb Raider remake as well. Excited to see how it plays mostly. Because I assume it'll probably be like the most recent ones in terms of gameplay, but like mixing in levels from the original game, that'll be interesting to see how they mix that. Because they didn't show much gameplay. But yeah, for me, the one that's closest to coming out, let me just put it that way, is Resident Evil 9. That comes out in February 26th. I'm real excited for that one. We just talked about that. Real excited for that one. After that, in March, is 007 First Light. That's a immersive sim style game. Definitely excited for that. Don't know necessarily. I think this is scheduled for fall, and that's Wolverine. I'm real excited for that one.
Oh yeah.
And then one that has a date, which is my grandmother's birthday. Sorry, Grandma. Is GTA 6 if it doesn't get delayed until 2027.
Oh my god.
That easily top of the list is GTA 6.
You want to get that game when you turn 30 at this point.
Real excited.
They keep delaying it.
Right.
Look, I'm gonna be 30 tomorrow. No, I'll be legitimately. I'll be 26 when this game comes out.
Exactly, which is crazy.
Wait, yeah, 26. Sounds like wait, how old am I? Yeah, I'll be.
I don't like thinking about how close to 30 we are.
Shh, don't say that. I have what is it? I was hanging out at the like Christmas party I went to. Corey was there, and he's 26. And I was like, damn son, you getting up there?
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. There was a couple of friends there who were around the same age. I was like, damn, y'all getting old. Like the moment people I know turn 27, I'm talking shit because you are about 30. You're officially in your late 20s. You're old. You're unk.
You're unk. You're unk.
You need to.
I'm so glad that
you need to start stretching now because your back's about to give out on you. And your body should not be breaking down at 30. Start stretching. And I mean that to me too, because I don't be stretching. I need to start stretching before it's too late.
I gotta start hitting the
gym.
gym.
Yeah.
I gotta work out later, but I just also ordered some ramen. Which one will I do first? We'll find out.
Work out first, ramen later.
It depends on how fast it gets here.
But reward.
True. Yeah.
Fair.